let's get into the title. All right. HTML email developers are gonna get rich. Okay. The smart ones, right? The ones that's out here that understand the business. Now, I'm super excited about this. Holy shit, bro. Yo, that's it. It's so funny. Years ago, I mean, over 5, 6, 7 years ago, I made a video where I talked about how HTML email developers can make, up to 135,000, right? No one believed me. No one was like, "Oh, you can't really make that type of money. It's just HTML, CSS. How the hell are you gonna be able to go and make that type of money?" Guys, you could even make even more money now. Okay, and what's crazy about it is that this is like the easiest type of development that you can do. Okay, it's literally just HTML, CSS. Okay, and then on top of that is just knowing email marketing. Okay, and understanding how it works and using the tools. Everybody was bugging out. AI is gonna take over the game. It's gonna take over our jobs and this and that. It was bullshit. I told you guys, right? It's a tool, and it's a tool that the smartest ones, right, the ones that get to go in and understand how to use it, are gonna make a killing. Okay, it's gonna speed up your process of building applications. It's gonna speed up the process of you actually serving your clients and your customers, right? And again, going back to email development, right? It's one of those things that a lot of people don't pay attention to, except me. I've been talking about this shit for a long time. Every other YouTuber, every other person that comes after me, everyone knows I'm the dada when it comes to email development. Okay? I've been talking about this for years. Now, let's talk about it. How you can make money with HTML emails, especially now with AI. So, this is the process of an email developer. Okay? You either work for a major company, let's say you work for Nike, right? Let's say you work for, I don't know, Macy's, or, whatever company, Disney, you name it, okay? Emails need to be sent to customers depending on different variables and situations. Let's say somebody goes to Nike, to the outlets, and they buy a sneaker. They always ask you for your email and your contact. Okay, there's a reason for that. They want you to purchase again. They want to have your contact to send you mail so you can go in and get notified on the new products. On top of that, if you purchase on a website, guess what? They also have your email. Guess what? If you go in and you see an advertisement and you click on the ad, when you go to the ad, they want your email. Okay? So, this is a skill that literally gets companies 20 to 30% of their revenue. Every single type of company. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Literally, emails like the best way for you to actually go in and get in contact with your customers and notify them. Okay, this is why everyone wants to go in and build an email list. If you have 100,000 emails, right? Let's say, for example, 100,000 customers. Out of those 100,000 customers, every time that you send an email, if you do the right emails, right, you should be getting a 3 to 7% conversion rate, right? Sometimes you might get even lower, but that's still good, because if you have 100,000 customers and you just released a product that's $100, right, and you got 1,000 of them, that's $100,000 just automatically. Just 1,000, 1% of the 100,000 of customers that you might have. Automatically, you're getting those sales, right? Now, again, you got to have a good product. You got to, of course, it's got to be something that people want. You can't just go in and be like, well, I'm just going to email you about, let's say, I don't know, getting your roof done, and you signed up to an email service or a product where you're trying to buy sneakers. Like, it's not going to work. You got to have the right customers and the right audience, right? Now, understand this. The job of the email developer is to set up all of these automations, right? Is to also understand the process of setting up the emails. Now, the worst part about HTML email developers and the job itself is actually creating the emails templates, okay? So straight up, it's the email templates. No one wants to work with HTML tables. That's like the worst part. This is why we go in and we use frameworks like MJML, right? There's one for React. There's another one that uses Tailwind CSS, right? There's a couple of them that's out there. The most popular one is MJML. It's like the easiest way for you to build an email. Now, imagine this. Most of the time, an email will take you around 2 to 3 hours, right? At a maximum. I'm just giving you like the maximum. Let's say you suck, right? Let's say you're a beginner. You suck, right? It takes around 2 to 3 hours for you to go in and build one using MJML, right? Just to make everything look good, make sure that everything is sized properly, right? Making sure that you're testing it, right? Cool, right? Now, if you're building it with just HTML and CSS, just straight HTML tables, it could take you a whole day to get this done. Okay, it could literally take you a whole day if you're building all of the tables by hand. That's like the worst. Now, okay, that's why we use frameworks. Now, let's talk about it. With AI, especially Cursor AI, the text editor. By the way, for anybody that's wondering, okay, yes, we have a course on CodingPhase.com for Cursor AI. Go check it out. You can go to right now to the website and you can check it out yourself if you want to. Now, for anybody that's already a Diamond member, you get it for free. You're a Diamond member. You get everything on CodingPhase for free. Everything that's happening in the industry, instantly of what's happening, we go in and add it. Okay? Whatever it is that's gonna benefit you, you're gonna get it automatically just by being a Diamond member, right? Now, remember I told you it might take you 3 hours to build one with a framework. It might take you like 6-7 hours with building it by hand. Now, with Cursor AI, you could probably build an HTML email in probably 20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes. Now, you might think in your head, right? Because I know the naysayers, the haters, the trolls, they might say, well, holy shit, there's not going to be no more jobs for email developers because, holy shit, you could do that shit in 20 minutes. Oh my God. No, stupid. This is a great opportunity for us. You know why? It's very simple. Guess what? HTML emails is not just creating HTML emails. It's the whole process of it, right? This is why we are the #1 platform that teaches HTML emails, okay? Especially for developers, right? If you want to get a job as an email developer, this is why CodingPhase is the shit, okay? Every other place that you go online, what they have is the click-clack. How to build an HTML email, how to build a responsive HTML email. That's not what you get paid for. You don't get paid for just building the templates. You need to know the whole process, right? This is why in CodingPhase.com, when we go in and we teach email development, we don't teach one course. I don't want to sell you one course. I'm going to nickel and dime you to death if I do that shit. That shit makes no sense, right? You actually need multiple skills. You need to learn HTML, CSS. You need to learn how to create responsive emails. You need to learn how to test the emails. You need to actually set up the email automations. You need to learn what email marketing is, right? And how all of this thing works and how you as a developer fit into the big picture, right? So there's a lot of different things that you have to learn. It's not just HTML, CSS, okay? So now, let's talk about the money. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm in my house and my phone is about to die. But I had to come in live and share this with you guys because I'm super excited. I'm hyped. Not only are people going to make a lot of money, but shit, I'm the #1 platform. This is going to be a big wave. I don't know if you guys remember back in 2021, 2022, 2023, right? We made a killing off Shopify alone because there was such a demand for it. Okay, so this is the thing. I make money when my students make money. That's the beauty of CodingPhase. We don't come here to YouTube and talk about shit just to talk about shit, right? If I don't get you results, I don't make no money. So when there's opportunities for you to make money, I'm excited as fuck because guess what? That means there's more money even for me. Do you understand that? No caps, full transparency. Okay? When the economy is good, when there's opportunities for you to make more money, right? I get paid more. Because guess what? Who gets you the results? Me. So by me getting you the results, not only do you go in and share it to other people, but then at the same time, people realize, holy shit, look at this guy. He making over 100,000. I could do that same thing. Oh, where you learn? CodingPhase.com. Do you understand? It's an ecosystem. We all get to eat, right? So you see the big smile. When you see that big smile, you know it's a bag coming. Bag alert. Bag alert. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. Okay. So now let's talk about the money, right? How is it that you're gonna make money? Everyone's gonna make money with this. It's very simple. Okay. Companies are going to hire email developers, of course. Now, there are going to be more requirements. This is going to happen, of course. Okay. Of course, it's going to be, as things become quote unquote easier, or we could say even a little bit more complex, because now not only do you need to learn how to
I heard you screaming. I got scared.
sorry, my bag alert. My wife got scared. She said, something happened. Bag alert. That's what happened, ma. You know what I mean? So bag alert. You know what I mean? We got to be loud with it. So again, not only are companies going to be hiring, because they still hire email developers, but what's really important is the fact that now you as an email developer, those that know what you're doing, those that came through CodingPhase all of this years, right? And paid attention, okay? All of you guys that paid attention to what I was fucking telling you guys. Trust me, I'm excited. You know what I mean? Sorry, man. I'm shaking. This is a big bag alert. You know what I mean? We're gonna make some bread this year. You know what I mean? It's gonna be nice. We all gonna eat. So the way how this shit works, it's an ecosystem. Always remember this, right? Companies gonna continue hiring developers, right? Email developers, but you're gonna have to actually know what's happening. It's not just about click clack. Hey, I could build an HTML table. That's fine, right? But you actually need to know the whole process. This is what we've been teaching. There isn't no other platform out there that does that. That's the shit that where I make my bread. Because guess what? As more people come in and they start sharing their story and start seeing, hey, I'm making 100 something thousand. Hey, man, I'm doing this and that. More people come. Now, going to you as an email developer, right? Remember maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago, I told you about Devin, right? Shout out to Devin. We don't want to put his information out there because this is not that it's not bad, but it's like we're not gonna fuck up his game. So we're just gonna give you a quick story. So Devin went in, came to CodingPhase.com, learned HTML emails, started working as an email developer, got like 75,000. I think I told the story before, right? But this is relevant to now because I know some of you guys haven't seen this or haven't heard this story, right? Came in, became an email developer, right? Got like 74, 75,000. As he's working on his company, he has under 6 months, but he realizes, holy shit, I just learned everything. I learned the whole game. This is how you use your brain. You don't go to a company and be like a tintin and be like, huh? Sir, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, massa? You're like, no, you don't do that. You go in there like a fucking sponge. You get what I'm saying? SpongeBob SquarePants. Go in, do what you have to do your job, pay attention, learn all of the tools, learn all the shit. Oh, they give you access to Salesforce? Great. Now you have experience with Salesforce. Now you have experience with HubSpot. Now you have experience with ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, whatever platform they're using. You're going to learn a lot. Now, this is the next step, okay? This is what Devin did. Devin said, cool, let me see what other options is out there. In under 6 months, he was already applying to companies. He's like, okay, let me just see what's out there. Because if I was able to get a $74,000, $75,000 job, there must be somebody else who might be willing to give me more now that I have experience and I understand how to work with Salesforce. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. Okay? A company came in, offered him around like 100, 110,000, right? Guess what? That's what Devin did. Devin said, hmm, interesting. Okay, interesting. Maybe I'll leave from this company. He comes back to the company that he's working on. He tell him, hey man, um, another company is offering me he didn't give him a number. He just said, hey, another company is offering a little bit more. Can you guys give me a raise, right? Or I love working with you guys. He knows how to fucking negotiate. Talks to the company. Boom. The company goes in and says, hey, we're gonna go in and give you, like 95,000 just for you to stay. We love what you do. We love your work. There's no point of us training somebody else for an extra $10,000, $15,000 that we pay you, right? So he goes in, takes the new job, and keeps his old job, right? Now, mind you, this is before AI. This is before cursor AI. This is before everything that we just talked about. Okay? So that was before. Now is a game changer, right? Because now, instead of you spending 3 to 4 hours, remember, he has to spend like 3 to 4 hours on each job. Every day he's working on different emails, different campaigns, different things that he has to set up, okay, for those businesses, right? Now, with a tool like this, it just makes your life easier because now what was taking you 3 to 4 hours, you could probably do it in 1 hour or even less than that. So now what you're really doing is you're basically selling your services to companies. You're quote unquote on paper, right? Working for them, but technically you are selling your services directly to them. Okay? Now, some people call it, was it overemployment, job stacking, right? And the cool thing about this is that HTML emails and email development, just email marketing in general, it's not difficult. Most people that do email marketing, they're not technical people. Okay? They're not technical people. They're not doing like leak code and this, and that. No, it's a motherfucker that does, like, he had a journalist degree, right? He went to school, liberal arts, got a bachelor's, right? And somehow, he knows English. Now he's working. He applies to a couple of jobs. Maybe he wanted to be a journalist, let's say, for example, right? A copywriter. He can't get a job on that, right? And then he settles. He says, fuck it. There's a company that will hire me just to set up their email campaigns. It's the same thing as people that do content management, people that do social media marketing. That shit that shit has nothing to do with intelligence. That literally has to do with just training and learning what the job consists of. Okay? Now, you as a technical individual, you have a leg above those people because you actually understand the stack. You actually understand the technology behind it, right? So when you go to these companies, this is why I'm able to help students get jobs much faster than the average place, right? Average platform, boot camp, whatever you might want to call it, right? Because we're teaching you the skills that are in demand, right? And then not only that, but things that don't really take a lot of knowledge for you to get your first job. And that first job allows you to piggyback into a more complex job later on, if you like, right? Like if your job, like your goal is to be a software engineer. I want to work at XYZ.com. I want to be doing React and this and that. You could do that. The smartest way to do it will be to go through the entry-level positions that we focus on CodingPhase.com so you could get experience. Because most of those jobs, they don't want to give you a job because you don't have experience. But this is where you stand out because you have a technical background in these type of jobs that are easy. That the random thintarin that just got a fucking liberal arts degree could get, you go in there and you fucking kill it. Okay, no cap. I've been doing this shit for long enough. This is what I get paid for, guys. I don't get paid for it to talk shit here on YouTube for you, right? I get paid to do the research, right? Find new strategies to help people get results and get into the tech industry. This is my all I do all day. Okay, this is how I get it back. You know what I'm saying? This is a problem. I solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that I do Takes a lot of time. People don't have the time to go and do that research, learn all the skills. What's the proper way? What's the right technologies? What's the things that I need to focus on to get a job? Guess what? I get paid to actually go and do that work and provide it to you in a simple way where you could just go in and say, oh, cool. That's it. All I had to do is was this, and oh, sure, I got my results. Great. You know what I'm saying? This is how you get paid. Always remember that. You solve people's problems. Now, when you go in and you learn the skills, email development, guys, you basically have a skill that not only can you work full time for somebody, but you could set up your own businesses. You could go in and set this up for multiple companies. Now, again, how you can make a lot of money? Job stacking. This is going to be like the gold rush of job stackers. There's going to be dudes, I'm telling you guys right now, there's going to be dudes that's going to listen to exactly what I'm telling them right now and going to stack up 2 to 3, 4 jobs. You don't be surprised. By the end of next summer, we're going to come back and start bringing up a couple of the students that came through CodingPhase now and making $300,000, $400,000. Mark my words. With just HTML emails. Mark my words. Somebody clip this shit up and post it up again by next year. Give me till next summer. We're gonna have a couple of students in here. So yeah, a triple decked up. You know when you go to a diner and they be like, yo, do you want a regular sandwich? You want a double decker? You want a triple decker? Cool, you could triple deck the shit out of this job. Right? And we're not even talking about the freelancing game. Okay? There's companies that don't have the budget to hire you full time, but are willing to pay you in project based freelancing. Okay? Now, of course, you got Fiverr, right? Understand Fiverr is gonna be damn near like it's already bad in Fiverr, but it's gonna be beyond bad because now you already know there's a couple of people that they don't even know how to code, they don't even know nothing really, and they start creating fucking accounts and start posting fucking gigs without really knowing how to do shit, right? The beauty about AI, it's not that AI is gonna do all the work. You need to actually know what to do with it. Okay. So a lot of people's gonna jump in the bandwagon, right? Shout out to the Indians, right? Shout out, shout out to the Indians. Y'all know where you're at, right? There's a couple of Indian dudes right now like this doing the Birdman hand rub. Like, we gonna eat. How much we charging? Don't matter. As long as we eat, right? So they doing the Birdman hand rub right now, right? But the cool thing about it is that quality always goes to the top, right? Quality always goes to the top. And this is why you see on Fiverr, there's a million people going in doing shit for $25, $50. Shit, you might see some dudes say, I would turn your whole email campaign for $5. Like, you're gonna see some dude talking about, I would do this shit for $3.50. You're gonna see that. And that's fine. That shit has nothing to do with us. Those type of clients that pay $3.50 for anybody to go and do any type of work, those are clients that you don't even want anyways. They don't have money. There's no budget, right? They're coming into you with, can you build me Facebook with $50? Like, you're gonna say, you don't want to deal with that client. That's fine. We don't need that person, right? Let the guys that's gonna sell that shit for $5, $3, let them eat. Now, the problem is that once a company start reaching a certain point and this really start making money, they want quality work and they're looking for the people that actually have experience. So for you being a developer, having an actual email developer job, especially if you work for major companies, this is how you finesse the game. Okay, I'm about to give you the whole fucking game. I should be charging for this shit, man. I shouldn't be putting this shit here. Put number one, if I should put this shit here, I should just charge for it. It's too much game. Put number one. If I should be like, yo, Joe, y'all want me to give you the game, press number one. Y'all don't want me to give you the game, press number two. Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys in here. Yo, this is the thing, guys. People love social proof. Even if there's a guy that goes in and charges $1.50, $3.50, okay? even if they charge $1, $2.50 on Fiverr or whatever platform it is, right? The quality is always gonna go to the top, right? A lot of those guys that are creating those little cheap accounts, they don't have the background that you have, right? Let's say you work at, I got a lot of students that work at a whole bunch of major companies. Say you work at Carnival Cruise Line. Let's say you work at, maybe at, what's another company? Urban Outfitters, right? Maybe you work for, again, I always use the example of Nike, right? Maybe you work at Netflix. Maybe you work at Amazon doing emails. Maybe you work for a company, right? An agency that has worked with multiple clients from like different brands. Okay. This is where you shine because the average person that's just random and has never done this shit professionally, they don't have that background. So if I'm Joe Schmo and I have a brand that I'm selling t-shirts on TikTok, right? And I'm selling shirts on TikTok, right? Who would I rather go and hire, right? And I'm making, let's say, $200,000, $300,000 in revenue. That's small talk, right? That's little kid shit, right? But that's a starting point for a business. Let's say they're making $200,000, $300,000. I don't have the budget to hire a full-time, developer where I might have to pay him $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. But shit, I got $20,000, $30,000 I could give somebody. Right? Now, who am I gonna be willing to go in and have them handle my campaigns? The guy on Fiverr selling that shit for $5.50, $2.50, $3.50, or I'm gonna go in and hire somebody that already works with major brands that quote unquote is gonna take me to that level, right? I'd rather go and pay the other dude. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather go in and pay money to that dude that actually has experience. Okay? And that's the game. Okay? That is the game. This is why this shit is full circle. If you know how to move out here, there's a lot of money to be made. But you got to know how to move out here. Step number one, you need to get a job. Step number one. Don't try to skip this shit. Right? Yes, you could do a little freelancing here and there, but the number one thing that you want to do is get a job. That brings credibility to you. Till you have a job and you actually get paid by a real company, you're just a random dude with a hobby. Understand that. You're just a random dude with a hobby. You never get paid for this shit. You've never done this professionally. You've never worked at a company. You're a hobbyist. Okay? No one wants to go and pay top dollar to a hobbyist. People want to pay the guy that actually has experience. Now, going to AI. This is the beauty of it. It's just making your life easier. So now, the things that took a long time to do, right, is going to be much faster. The shit that was boring to do, you don't have to do. You can literally talk to the AI, plain English. Now, this is like really, really, really the beauty of it. That if you don't know how to actually do this shit yourself, I could give you the smartest AI and you still won't know how to do shit. Does that make sense? Put number one if that makes sense to anybody, what I just said right there. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Because there are going to be people that's going to come in and say, well, I could start doing this and that with I just hop on the AI. I get ChatGPT to do it. You dummy. You don't know the fucking process. What you going to tell the AI? AI, please build me an email. AI, please build me a landing page. People are not paying to have a fucking random code just being added. You're going to have to go in and create custom code and custom processes, but you actually need to know how to do this shit manually to actually be able to use the AI. So guess who's going to get paid? Do you understand? Guess who's going to get paid? What do I know, though? I don't know shit, right? I'm just a random dude with a hat on. Just a dude, random dude that's been doing this shit for 7 years, getting people into jobs, getting people into the industry, made over $1 million, made over $1 million on a yearly basis, right? With my platform, with my fucking company, right? Award winning. But I'm just a random dude with my hat on and on my fucking bed. What do I know? Don't listen to me. I don't know shit. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, please. You get what I'm saying? So again, if you're as excited as me and you understand the game, you're gonna be good. This is a big help. Okay. I got the same hat. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I'm just excited because there's a bag coming. There's already, I can feel it in the air. I can feel it in the air, man. It's a nice big bag. Um, but what's really cool about it is like, I just love the fact that now a lot of these people that came into this game that listen to me, you guys are gonna make a killing. You guys are gonna make a killing. Straight up, no cap. Those of you guys that listen to me over the years, right? And I was telling you guys, this is a major skill. This is not, how can I explain to you guys this shit? Okay, I'll give you an example. To become a front end developer, there's a lot of skills you got to learn. And there's a lot of complex, topics and things that you got to learn just to get the job. But then on top of that, the job position itself is difficult. There's a bunch of bugs, there's a bunch of problems. Excuse me. There's a bunch of shit that you have to do on a daily basis, right? Most people, when they work full time as a front end developer, full stack developer, when they come home, they burnt the fuck out. They burnt out. They're tired. This is why you see people that don't work on side income. This is why you see people that don't have the energy to come home and and how you call this shit and just work on their skills or learn something new. They're burnt out because it is a difficult position, right? The more money you make with those type of skills, especially with software engineering, the more complex the work is. The more it takes a mental toll on you. When you come home, you just want to turn on Netflix and go to sleep. You're tired. This is why years ago, I decided not to go deeper into working for companies, right? I could have easily went to Google. I could have easily went to Facebook, any of those fucking companies, right? That shit is easy. It's not hard like people think, especially when you have experience and real experience. But the reason why I didn't do that was because I decided, you know what? I want to work on these type of companies, e-commerce, right? That shit is skills that you could take that shit with you forever. When you work at big companies, they have big company problems. You as an independent developer, a lot of times won't get to use or not that you won't get to use, but a lot of the problems that you solve in a bigger company, you can't really resell that to people in businesses or even for yourself to come home and say, well, oh, sure, I got some ideas. Let me build a business out of this. A lot of times, most developers that work at bigger companies, they have bigger problems to solve for that type of company. I decided a long time ago, I want to go where I can learn skills, where I can work for myself. And then not only that, that when I come home, I'm not burnt out. I used to work full 8 hours a day, right? At a company and come back with all my energy because I'm just working with e-commerce. Guess what? I'm just working on an online store, or maybe I'm doing a contract work for doing like a JavaScript game, or maybe creating some landing pages for a business, or maybe fixing a couple of bugs in a WordPress website, making my life easy. While some people are like, look at this guy, this poor fuck. He's working on WordPress, he's working on Laravel. Mind you, when I come home, I have enough mental energy to work on all of my side incomes. So while I was working on a company, right, maybe making 85, 90,000, right? I come home and make 100,000 on the side. So now I'm doubling up. I got my full-time side income and I have my full-time job, right? Which is easy. I make my life easy. I always tell you guys this. Make your life easy. You're not trying to impress nobody. If you're like one of those dudes that's like, I want to show my badges, go ahead. Go to that fucking sweatshop, right? Go to that sweatshop and just work your life away in there if you want to. People like me, I like to take the easy route. I like to come home and be able to work on whatever projects I want. I want to come home and work on ideas and shit that I come up with, right? And I'm not burnt out and I'm having fun with it. And when I go to work, I do some fucking very simple shit. Oh, you want me to build a HTML email? Sure, I'll build it. You know what I'm saying? I come home like a baby, brand new. You know what I'm saying? Wow, other motherfuckers come home burnt out. So I decided that a long time ago because I didn't come to the game to pimp me. I came to pimp the game and put her on the strip. You get what I'm saying? The game is not going to pimp me. I'm pimping the game. And I didn't have to learn that shit from working in development. I work regular jobs. I'm a hood dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those dudes that's working in a warehouse. I'm one of those dudes working in a fucking supermarket. I'm one of those dudes that might be doing taxi and Uber on the side. I'm one of those dudes who let Poppy off the grill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the regular schmegler developer here that's like, I just want to learn how to code. I came here for my bag. I ain't come here for fucking impressing people. I came here to get a bag. I came here to learn technical skills that will help me make bread. So if I came into this game with that, and I came in with that mentality, how can I go in and let the game pimp me? Nah, I'm putting that bitch in the strip. You going on the strip. You going out there. I'm not going to be the one out there in the cold. That's the ism. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's how life is. So you got to think about all of this shit, right? You either choose two things. You either make your life more complex and more difficult, or you go in and you look at this shit like business owners, right? Like a business owner. I got to go for the skills that I can go in and generate the most income. And also, too, have the highest return on investment. If I learn a skill that I can go in and get a full-time job, and all I have to do was just learn 2 months of learning the skill and learning the processes, and now I got a $75,000 job, that should make sense to me. Why would I go in and focus on something that might take me a year to a year and a half to find a job and maybe not even have a job, right? And then get no return on that? You get what I'm saying? No one's bigger than the program, kid. If you don't understand, if no one told you that, right? If no one's told you that, you ain't no shit, right? No one's bigger than the program. This is the United States, man. The program is you got to go in and work every single day. And when you work every single day, right, at some point you get a retirement at 62, 67 years old, around there, right? And then you could chill out. Now, the safest way for you to have a really good retirement is to have a 401k or Roth IRA and you just leave it there. Let that shit build up. But guess what? You just fucking worked your whole life and you didn't really do shit. Now, if we already know this and we understand the program, why the fuck are we gonna come into the tech industry with the mentality of, yeah, we're gonna run the same program, but now in tech? Nah, you come in this shit with a business plan. Oh, I'm coming in to get my bag. What skills do I need to learn? How do I learn skills that I can actually use to build my own business and, bring myself up? Fuck a company. There is no families in company. Stop thinking in your head when you go to a company, but hey man, welcome to the family. This is not my family. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. I'm here to get paid. I'm here to get a bag. I'm here to do my work, right? And I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, because somebody will come in and clip this shit, be like, well, shit, look what he said about companies. No, what I'm saying is, don't go to companies thinking that they're family. At whatever point, they're either paying you too much or there's not enough money coming in, you might be the first one to go. And when you got bills and you got shit to pay, there's no family there, right? Damn, you could have gave me a heads up 2, 3 months ago. Nah, they tell you the day that you just bought a car. They tell you, they tell you the day that you just fucking bought your first home. And by the way, congratulations on your first home, man. And then on Friday, the HR lady brings you into the office like, hey, listen, Joe, we really appreciate your work. You've been an amazing employee here. We loved everything about you. This is on our end. We just gonna have to let you go. And you're looking around like, yo, I just got myself in a $2,000, $3,000 mortgage. I just got a $1,400 car payment. Yo, and I put a crazy down payment on a house. Yo, y'all should have told me this shit 3 months ago. I thought we was family. Dudes start looking around. I thought we was family. No heads up. No, no, yo, man, we're not making so much money. We're not doing so good. So, yo, just keep your options open. Just send an email like that. Hey, keep your options open. Let people know if you family, right? That's not family. You're trading your time for money. Let's break it down. It's the simplest thing. So you either gonna be washed up, fucking dried up like a raisin, or you go in and you be smart enough and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna pimp them out. They're not gonna pimp me out." You know. So again, there's a lot of stuff happening right now, man. I'm just excited. By the way, okay, for anybody that's watching this and you're watching this live stream, guys, right now we have that back to school giveaway. It's a free MacBook, right? Free MacBook for one of you guys, whoever wants it. Okay, how you can win it? Very simple. You sign up to CodingPhase, right? You go to the Diamond membership and you sign up for 6 months or up, right? 6 months or a year. That's how much you actually gonna have to need to go in not only to just get a job. Usually you're gonna learn the skills in like 2 months, right? But guess what? You still got to go to interviews. Guess what? You still got to learn the next skills for your next job that you're going to go on, right? Because that's how you make money. You don't make money by staying on one job. You make money by continuing your education. So that covers you for 6 months. Whatever's going to happen in the next 6 months with AI and with email development and with just developing as a web developer in general, right? We're going to be adding that. Now, you could be one of those people who say, hey, I want to purchase one course at a time. Cool. Let's nickel and dime you to death. We're gonna nickel and dime you to death. You want, because guess what? There's a lot of stuff coming out. And this, we can't just go in and put that shit into one course. That don't make no sense. You have to actually go in and learn each skill as a course, not a whole course in one shot. You're gonna get overwhelmed. So we go in and we create those courses for you so you could go in and learn those skills. Like right now, we're working on the Cursor app, on the Cursor course. You guys could go and check it out. You could get busy right now. The first project we built is an HTML email for Home Depot. Not even like an hour later. You know how you have a long ass intro to take a course? No, we're doing that shit right now in the first 5 videos, right? You learn how to use Cursor AI. You learn how to actually build an email with it. And we're going to continue doing all of the different career paths that we have inside of that course. I'm going to show you guys how to speed up the process of everything that you've been doing. Every single thing that you've been doing with those career paths: front-end developer, Shopify developer, email developer, content editor, right? We're going to go in and show you guys how to use AI, right? Cursor is just one tool. From there, we're going to go in and we're going to jump into the next stage, which is talking about the different AI workflows that you need to have just to speed up your process, right? So not only can you learn the skills, right? You got to learn HTML, CSS, you got to learn JavaScript, you got to learn all of that shit. You can't skip that. You don't get paid to just be a click clacker on a prompt. That shit don't make sense. Some people be like, whoa, you could do this with no code. That shit don't make no sense. The only people that's actually making fucking money that knows how to that's really like killing it with this, you have to be an engineer. You have to be a developer. You have to be an email developer. You have to know the processes. The AI is not gonna build this whole shit for you. You have to tell it the steps. So instead of you writing everything, code by hand, what you're doing is you're creating the processes. You go on Cursor, you go on Composer, you go in and say, "Hey man, today we're gonna build an email developer, an email template." Right? There's gonna be a header. There's gonna be a footer. There's going to be a section with a top section. There's gonna be a section with two columns, and in there's going to be an image. There's going to be another section that's going to have a big image with the main model or whatever model it is, right? And you got to break that shit down. Now when you have the code, what do you do with it? Right? You don't. What the hell do I do with this shit? It's just a fucking HTML and CSS. That's why you need to have the whole platform of CodingPhase. Because then from there we show you, hey, this is how you go into Klaviyo, set up your templates, right? This is how you actually go in and generate the emails, right? Let's say, for example, a client comes up to you and says, "Hey man, let's say Lil Billy or Lil Cindy owns a bakery on Main Street. Lil Cindy needs a website. Okay, she needs a website, but she don't know that when you have a website, you need to know, hey, are you gonna maintain it, or you want me to just build it and maintain it myself? Well, she said, well, I would like to be able to change a couple of menus here and there. Cool. All right, so we need WordPress. That's a tool, right? You go in. Guess what? You could use AI to help you build that theme, right? You could go on Theme Forest, buy the theme itself for $15, and then add whatever extra features she might need. Guess what? Now you go in and you build that store for that home page for Cindy's Little Bakery. Guess what? Cindy didn't know that you know she has a lot of customers that go to her store, and she also has a POS system that actually captures all of her customers' information, right? Guess what? So she has an email list. Hmm. Lil Cindy, do you know that if you go in and you set up automations that every single week you have emails being sent to your customers, right? You could see an increase of 20 to 30%. Oh, yeah, I didn't think that. My POS system saves their emails. We try to do some little rewards and here and there. Guess what, Lil Cindy? Even though I just built you your website, I'm going to also provide you with email campaign and email management. This is where the money is at. This is what no one else is teaching. Do you understand? This is the shit. This is why we are special. Somebody protect Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody protect Joe. You know what I mean? Donald Trump got the Secret Service. We need something better than that, right? I'm giving too much game. But guess what? You go in and now you have her, right? You build her email, set up her campaign, and say, hey, you know what? I was gonna build you this website and it's gonna cost you $1,000, right? For me to go in and set up your email campaigns, I'll set up the email campaigns for $500, right? And then I'll charge you, let's say we're gonna do 4 to 6 emails per month, right? How does $50 sound for each email? Right? Remember, it brings you 20 to 30%, revenue because customers are gonna be notified of the new products and bring people in, right? It's a small business. You might say, yeah, you know what? It's a lot, man. I don't know, $50, 50 times 6. How much is that? It's like what, like $300 or something like that? It seems like a lot. So look, this is what I'll do for you. I'll create 4 emails for you, right? At $50, right? And you just pay $200, right? And you pay $200 to me. I'll maintain it and manage it for you. Guess what? I just took something that was $1,000 to now go in and make an extra $200 every single month. So something that was just gonna make me $1,000, let's say that one month. Now I'm making $2,000 per year. Okay. Now, guess what? Lil Cindy has customers that go into her site. Now, I might need for Lil Cindy, or Lil Cindy might need to be featured on the Google, right? Good old Google, right? Guess what? Lil Cindy, I can actually help you with your SEO, right? We can actually create a couple of pages, right, and articles for you, so your store can actually pop up when they search, bakery in Georgia, or bakery in, Raleigh, or bakery in Boston, right? We want to go in and try to get a high number in the SEO, right? Guess what? We could go and do that, right? That's gonna cost you a extra, $1,000. So we took that 1,000 to now 2,000, right? Guess what? You don't have to do it right now, but when you're ready, you do it. Guess what? Now little Cindy's like, okay, I'm gonna go in and do this. I have the money for this. Cool. We set it up for you. Guess what, little Cindy? Right? You are having a lot of customers here and they're searching your website and they're coming in. Would you like to be able to set up, a feature for you to order on your website and, let's say catering? I could go and set that up for you, right? Oh yeah, that would be nice. And how will we be able to keep track of all of this? Well, we could actually go in and, in the simplest way, send you an email of when a customer purchased something, right? Purchase a, let's say for a birthday party or something like that. We could create a form so they could fill it out, and then from there, automatically you get notified of what was the order, and then we'll have their phone number so you could just confirm it, call them. Does it sound good? Yeah, that sounds good. Cool. That's another $500 or 1,000, whatever you want to charge, depending on the business, of course, right? And then now you continue because now you just already built their website. The money is not in building the website. That's the easy shit. The money is in the services. And then from there, after having those services, right, going in and having a recurring revenue from that customer. Guess what? Little Cindy's paying you $200 a month. It's not much, but when you have 5 customers, that's $1,000 a month. When you have 10 customers, how much is that? You know what I'm saying? That's 2,000, and it keeps adding up. Now remember, there's other services that you can provide. Okay? Hey, Lil Cindy, by the way, every time that people come here to your store and they go to your website, we're tagging them. You didn't know this, but I actually created an account for you with TikTok, and I also created an account for you for Instagram and YouTube. Guess what? We could actually start running some advertisement for your customers. You want to have people come in here every Friday? Guess what? Run an ad. Yeah, but I don't even know how to do that. And I hear that you could lose a lot of money. Listen, how does $5 a day sound? Is that a lot of money? No, it's not that much money. Yeah, it's not. Right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up your ads account for all of this platform, and we're gonna spend $5 a day on each one, right? And if more money comes in, we'll raise it. But guess what? I'm gonna charge you to manage all of this and create, this campaigns, and I'll make sure that you don't lose money. How much is that? Well, we could charge you 200, 500. It all depends on the business. Now, again, hopefully you understood what I just told you in this whole fucking story, right? This scenario, right? The money is not in the click clack. Click clacking is not the most valuable shit. And I've been saying that shit for years. This is why I told you guys, even why I named it CodingPhase. We all have to go through the coding phase, but we go through coding and building these tools and having to use programming languages and etc. for a goal. No one goes in and says, "Whoa, wouldn't I want to be building stuff on a computer and be typing all day?" No, you type to create something. The money is in what you actually create on the website, on the landing page, on the email, right? The web application, the mobile application. The coding part is not the important part. It's the end result. But we have to go and code it. So when you understand that and you understand that, hey, I'm here to solve problems, I'm a tech guy. You know what I'm saying? You remember what they say? There was people like, oh, I have a guy, right? I got a guy who knows about tech. That's how you got to think of yourself. I'm a tech guy. I'm a fucking web developer. I work on anything that works on the web. I'm a game developer. I can make any type of game. Today, I want to make a game about a 2D game. I can make a 3D game. I can make a game that's in VR. You're a game developer. You should know how to build any type of game in any type of scenario, right? It's the same thing for us. We're web developers. Our job is to work on the web, right? And to go in and solve problems for businesses. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. When you realize that, you're going to make a lot of money, okay? Till you realize that you're just going to be out here working for somebody else to, give you a paycheck all the time. So, going back to what I said, okay? This is a game changer. People's going to make a lot of money. Those that know, those that understand how to do it and understand the processes, okay? It's not going to be about click clacking. Click clacking is something of the past, to be honest with you, right? That used to be the most valuable skill, but not really. It's like I said this shit, I don't know, years ago. Like, I talked about this in a live stream. And I said this, right? When I came into YouTube, right? When I came into YouTube, I used to get a lot of hate, right? Because I'm not the typical developer. I'm not the nerdy guy. I'm not some random white dude with a fucking comb over, right? I'm not, at the time I wasn't some random dude with some with a fucking neck beard and a plaid shirt, right? And some glasses. So I look weird talking about this shit. You know what I mean? I look weird as hell on YouTube. Like, yo, what? 50 cents is coding, to some of these dweebs, right? They were nervous. But they were nervous because they were starting to see a shift, a change. It wasn't about the nerdy guys getting into this game anymore. It was about those that understand that technology is important. And people like me was gonna start getting into the game. Right? It wasn't no more like the fucking little nerdy dudes that's good at math, right? It was more like, holy shit, regular people are coming in here now. And that's where we at right now. Right? Over the years, more regular folks have been getting into this thing, right? Shit, you might even see a baddie coding. And people will be like, she can't code. There's no way she could code. She could code. She got a fat ass, but she could code. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes be like, nah, there's no way she could code. She codes, my guy. Anybody could code now. Right? Anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody could get into this shit. It's not about who's special and who has a computer science degree, who's the smartest guy. Guess what? It's not about that no more. And AI is making it even more accessible to more people. Now, knowing about code and knowing, what's behind the scenes, what's under the hood, is going to make you even more valuable. Because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that's coming in that's trying to skip steps. And when you try to skip steps, the shit doesn't come out right. The work doesn't come out right. The quality's not there. We're going to see it. We're going to see even more people trying to become a developer and trying to finesse their way into a coding job. You get what I'm saying? You're going to go in and be like, yo, there's there's people that you be like, yo, how the fuck this guy's working here? He finessed his way in. But he's not gonna be as good as the real developers, the guys that actually know how to code and actually know how to build this shit. Right? And don't be scared about change. Don't be scared about change and understand that if you don't change with the times and you don't understand a lot of these things and you don't focus on that, then you're gonna get left behind. There's an old head right now There's some old head right now, a young old head, which is even worse, right? A young old head, a dude like 26, 27 years old, like, nah, man, I'm not using AI. I'm just gonna fucking code this shit. I'm more productive like this way. Good luck with it, because all of this shit is just setting up your own flows, setting up your own workflows, and having a system that works for you. Again, anybody that's interested in that cursor AI course, go check it out. That's what I'm working on the whole fucking week. I'm adding all of those things and I'm going through every section on codingphase.com and adding, hey man, guess what? You just went through this whole course. I'm gonna show you how to do this shit in 30 minutes. Hey, it took you a whole week to learn this skill. By the way, now that you learned it, here's the shortcut on how to do everything that you just did in 30 minutes. Right? And again, when I tell you guys this, don't say in your head, damn, I wasted my time learning all of this shit. Or why didn't he go in and teach me this? Why didn't he show me how to go in and do this in 30 minutes if I could have done it in 30 minutes? That's the shit that people's gonna try to sell you on. That's the shit that you're gonna start seeing on YouTube now. You're gonna see a whole bunch of random motherfuckers coming in and talking about how to build an email project in 5 minutes. Right? You're gonna see all those tutorials. You're gonna see all that bullshit, but they're not teaching you the whole process. That shit is not gonna help you out. Okay? And also, too, you have to understand what's happening in the code. So when shit breaks, because the shit breaks, this AI is not perfect. It gives you around, we could say like a 90% of the work done. But you have to go in there and manually do the rest. And if you don't know how to do that, you're gonna be into the bumping your head like, damn, trying to tell the AI. You can't communicate properly with the AI to tell it what to do, and the AI is giving back to you some random results. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that you're gonna start noticing a lot. What about TypeScript? You know, the companies that use TypeScript, they could use TypeScript. I don't use TypeScript. I don't think TypeScript is something that's important, to be honest with you. TypeScript is something that they decided to bring into the JavaScript ecosystem to make shit more complicated. If I don't know if you know this, but every year a couple of these dweeps, that's all they do. They just make shit more complicated and more complicated and more complicated in JavaScript. JavaScript is a clusterfuck because of that. And there's people fighting back now. There's people that's like, I'm not going that route. I'm not wasting my time. I'm here to build. And guess what? Maybe I'm a solopreneur. I'm a solo developer. I don't need TypeScript. TypeScript is great when you work at a company where there's about 1,000 developers, and there needs to be a code base that follows a certain strict guidelines, because there's so many components and so many different pages and so much bullshit, right? And so many different changes happening at the same time. You want to use TypeScript. You have to use TypeScript. Okay? But for 90% of the companies that's not in, with more than 50 employees, that's a waste of time. So that's just the truth. Right? I don't know if you guys seen the interview with Peter Levels and what's this guy's name? Lex Freeman of the podcast. They talked about that. They talked about that in there. How this guy could go in and make like 15 million dollars, right? With just HTML, CSS, PHP, and jQuery. While there's dudes online using Next.js, TypeScript, fucking Prisma, Drizzle, whatever the hell they want to use, a bunch of shit, and they haven't made $1 yet. Right? Also, too, a lot of the services you gotta pay a premium. So you have influencers that sell you on this dream that you have to use Next.js. Bro, They've been paying for this shit. There's people that get paid for this to promote shit. And people don't know. It could easily be, hey man, you coming to this conference, we got you, we paying you for everything. They're getting paid. Hey man, we sent you some goodies, man. Here's a new MacBook. They're getting paid. Hey, here's a sponsorship. And we'll pay you, for 1 minute of if you just mentioning us, $2,000-$3,000. It's okay. Don't worry. You only got 50,000 subscribers, and it doesn't make business sense. But we'll pay you $2,000-$3,000 for you to mention us. Guess what that does for that influencer? That gets their fucking pockets wet. They get their pockets wet, right? And when their pockets get wet, guess what? Man, that's a great company, bro. Hey guys, you guys got to use xyz.com for your hosting. Hey guys, make sure you use this, and that. Use this framework. Use this. You know what I'm saying? People get paid off, and people don't even fucking know it. And then there's developers here that really know what the hell's going on. They're like, I don't know if I want to use this shit. This shit makes no sense. I already got a good workflow. I already have something that's productive. And then that's when the zombie hordes, a bunch of people that fucking just follow each other and be like, man, you're not using this technology? Yo, you're not using this, and that? Mind you, they don't even know that they already got they got trained on fucking liking this technology. It's like, look at the HTMX thing. There's an HTMX hype out there. And I don't even want to talk about those fucking topics because them shits don't make no fucking money, to be honest with you. That shit don't make no bread. I don't even want to talk about HTMX, TypeScript, all that shit. There's no money in that. Okay? So that's just gonna keep you in the same loophole of just learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. And then you're like, oh, when am I gonna get a job? And guess what? You gotta learn another thing and another thing and another thing. Oh, but when am I gonna get paid? Don't worry, you will one day on another thing. But maybe you should do open source and contribute to some project. And you there sitting your ass down for a fucking year and a half. I can't get a job. The industry's so saturated. It's not saturated. You're just not applying to the right jobs. You're not focusing on the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Brandstar says, Joe, sometimes it's up to management. Yes, it's up to management. If you work at a company where they're using TypeScript, go and learn TypeScript. If you are not in a company that don't use TypeScript, don't be that guy. Be like, well, we got to use TypeScript. This shit been working perfectly for the past 5 years, and now you want to go in and spend 6 months rewriting all the fucking code and all this extra shit. There's no fucking point. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But anyways, man, super excited. If you're smart and you pay attention to this stuff, you're gonna make a lot of bread. Email development, surprisingly enough, like I said, is gonna be the thing that's gonna make the most money for independent developers and developers that are working for companies. Not because it's the more complex, not because it's so hard to do and no one can do it, right? Is because it's a skill that generates income for businesses. You could easily go in and show somebody results and say, hey man, we ran this campaign, and out of that campaign, hey, you actually got a 5% conversion rate. So that 100,000 people that came in, 5,000 of them actually purchase your product. And guess what? Right? When you do that, 5,000, right? Calculate how much it is, by 100 if it's $100. Okay? That's $500,000 you just made on one email. That's easy to go in and put that shit on the board. Do you understand that, right? So there's money in emails, man. Go look it up. Do your own research. Don't trust me. Don't believe nothing that I tell you. I'm just a random dude with a hat on. I just been doing this shit for 7 years. And somehow, you know what I mean? Look, I give you a great example, right? I have on my coding phase account, right? On my Clay, I have over 150,000 emails that we've been able to um, get from from the beginning of this channel to all the times that we've run advertisement, right? I give you a great example. Like when I come here to YouTube, I give information out for free. I give a lot of game, right? A lot of people don't even take advantage to the stuff that I tell you guys. Even like right now, right? Um, I did this sale, the back to school giveaway. This is why we're giving a new MacBook, right? I believe out of all of you guys, everybody that watches me here on YouTube, I don't know if it's also too because YouTube hasn't been notifying people and people haven't been clicking. I guess now the thumbnail got you guys clicking, but but most people, I don't know, are not taking action here on YouTube, and that's fine. I mean, that's totally fine, right? I don't mind. Because I know there's a couple of you guys that actually do take action, and I appreciate that, right? Because again, I'm here to help you guys out, those that want it. But I give you a great example, right? Right now, I have that back to school giveaway. Links in the description. If you want to sign up to CodingPhase, sign up for 6 months or more, you get the chance to win a MacBook. Okay. Now, what's really interesting, I've been mentioning this for what, like a week, 2 weeks? Bro, I think we have like 20 people who signed up, right? Now, you might say that's not a lot, and you're right, that's not a lot. Calculate 20 people times, let's say, 240. Most people are signing up for 6 months. There's 240, right? Now, and that's what's coming from YouTube. From YouTube, from people that come in. I have a tracking system. I track everything, right? From YouTube, it's around 20 people. People don't take advantage. Now, um, what I was gonna say, what was the point of me telling you that? Oh yeah. So talking about emails, right? This weekend, right? We're gonna be doing the same giveaway, right? For was it is it not Memorial Day weekend? It was Labor Day. It was a Labor Day thing. I got 150,000, 150,000. How you call it shit? Email contacts on my Klaviyo account. Now imagine this: when we go in and we send out to that 150,000 customers, right? That email, letting them know, hey man, because I wanted to go in, I wanted to give you guys the first dips, right? The first dips to be able to win this MacBook. Because I have two. I have one for you guys on YouTube, right? So you have around like one of 20 chances to win, right? Which is really good. But when I go in and send out this email this weekend, right, where we're giving another laptop for those people that are from like the advertisements and all of that stuff, we most likely gonna get around probably like a 2 to 3% conversion rate, right, out of 150. So that means how much is that? That should be around like 4 or 5 thousand, right? 4 or 5 thousand for one single email that we're gonna send. Now calculate 4 or 5 thousand people, right? That most likely gonna sign up, right? And even if 1,000, I don't even care. At that point, like I don't even care. But calculate that, right? Times $240. That's the weekend for me. That's a weekend for CodingPhase, right? On a sale. I'm giving you guys a chance to come in and take advantage, because I'm gonna give that laptop away anyways. So take advantage now to go in and sign up. You have a way higher chance to actually win it. And also too, you're gonna get access to all of CodingPhase's courses, everything that we're giving away, in the platform, group coaching, everything, right? Plus all of this new, excuse me, AI workflows that we're doing for YouTube, basically just speed up your process. But again, take advantage. You know, and again, the reason why I brought that up, as far as like how many people have actually signed up through here through YouTube, is because I want you to understand when I come here to YouTube, I don't come here like, yo, I'm trying to give you game, I'm trying to give you information, right? Yes, I do mention at the end, hey, go to codingphase.com, this and that, right? But you got to start reading in between the lines, right? Codingphase.com is the best platform out here. We focus on getting people results. Okay. And when we make money when you make money, right? I want you to make money. I want you to succeed. I want you to get a job. You know what happens? If somebody doesn't get a job, right? They don't stick with Coding Phase, right? But if I get you a job, you stick with Coding Phase. That means that I can go in and continue helping you out, solving your problems. You're part of the community. You know, I have people that came in 2018 to this day. They're members of codingphase.com. That's a guaranteed income. Monthly recurring revenue, 6 months recurring revenue, yearly recurring revenue. Every year we continue to grow by doing good business. Okay? Emails are very important. And that was another point that I want to point out why I was giving you that info, right? Businesses need emails. It's probably the most valuable skill that I have. Not only have I been able to work as an email developer, right, for companies, but then that also helped me generate income to this day. Not only by teaching it, but actually practicing it into my own business. I don't send out emails to everybody. When you receive an email from me, that's catered to you, right? When I do a full blast email, I only do that shit maybe 3 to 4 times a year. Maybe 3 to 4 times a year, because you don't want to go and saturate people from having, receiving emails. You only give them when you need to, right? So again, we about to make a killing this weekend. Shout out to my baby.
We know about jelly. Can you get jelly?
What's going on, Chichi?
There's a base blanket.
Oh yeah, you came to get the base blanket?
Mm-hmm.
So check right there. That one's probably it. So yeah, man, I want you guys to really pay attention to this skill, man. It's something that you're not gonna regret. Not only can you get your first job with it, but you could build a business around it. And when you have your business, you're gonna reuse it again. Okay, that's the beauty of it. I only like to spend time learning skills that give me a full circle return, meaning that I can use it for me working at a company, that I could use it for freelancing, and then for other businesses, right? Freelancing, etc. But then I can use it myself. That's when you go in and you're basically maximizing your time. If you're gonna invest a month of your life to learn something that you're gonna use forever. Emails are not going away, and they're gonna be here for a long time. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's in here. We're about to get out of here. Like I said, links in the description. Back to school giveaway. Basically, you get a new MacBook. Shit, I have it right here. You know what I mean? Just so you know, we're not playing no games. I bought two, and I might be buying even more. You know, and if you receive a email, shit, take advantage of that email offer, because guess what? I got like 3 in there. Yeah. Super thin. Same one that I got. Okay? I'm not being cheap. I'm not giving you the cheap shit. I'm not buying it from eBay. Used stuff. I'm not going to Best Buy getting you some used shit. I'm buying it brand new. You know what I mean? So again, anybody that's wondering how is it that you can win the laptop, very simple. You sign up for 6 months subscription at CodingPhase or more, and you get entered into it. Okay. Also, too, if you are already a current member and you are deciding to continue with us and working with us, guess what? You could go in and pay for your subscription early, right? And then basically what we do is we go in, and we enter you into it. And then what happens is in 6 months, let's say you just signed up to CodingPhase. 6 months from now, you was thinking about renewing again. You don't get charged for that one because you already paid it ahead. You know what I mean? But that gets you to get put into the giveaway, right? Brand new MacBook. I mean, some people might need it, but I know some of you guys are ballers, right? So y'all might not need it. But yeah, man, I'm just excited. There's a lot of cool stuff happening, guys, and you know, thank you to like all four people that came to Coding Phase this morning. That shit made my day. I don't know who it was, but there was like four of you guys that came in and bought the lifetime memberships. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Um, I know one of them is a student that came in like 2 years ago and he got hired. So I'm guessing he's like, all right, this dude already, helped me get so much money over time. Shit, I'll come back and repay him by, buying a lifetime membership. I really appreciate that. Right? Not every day we get to sell lifetime membership, and I appreciate it when people do actually do that. Okay, so thank you, man. Let me see. Much love, man. Yeah, man. I'm out of here, guys. This is this was a cool live stream. Y'all gotta watch this shit from the beginning. Okay. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Hey Joe, I'm not sure you're familiar with Go High Level. Should we consider using tools to resell that to people? Yes, I made a video about that. Maybe 9 months ago, 9, 10 months ago. Okay, if you're enjoying this live stream, don't forget to press the like button, tap the screen. Yes, show some love, man. I'm just reading. I'm trying to read through the comments, go through it before we get out of here. Facebook ads, yeah, Facebook ads are good though. Gotta get them the green berets. I don't know what's that. Definitely be gassed out of work. Trying to power through side projects after. Yes, that does happen. That's why I go in and I focus on on stuff that just makes my life easier. Like, this is one thing before we leave. Get this shit out of your head. You're not here to impress anybody. You're not here trying to impress a couple of dweebs on the internet and make them be like, oh, I respect him as a developer. You know how much shit people talk about me? You know how many fucking people come in and in the beginning when I came to YouTube is like, oh, 50 Cent codes now? You know how motherfuckers is fucking racist and fucking, how you call this shit? Like, just say dumb shit, trolls, right? But the truth is that we get the last laugh, right? We've been doing this shit 7 years, right? We get results. People here in the comment section all the time. Yo, thank you, Joe. You got a job because of you. Yo, Joe, thank you because you put me onto this and that. You know how many times people come in here and say that? A lot. Every live stream. You know? So always keep this in mind. You're not here to impress anybody. You're here to get your bag. You didn't get into this game to get pimped out. You came to pimp the game out. Okay? It's the ism. Okay? Let me see. Reading through here. Shout out to Karen. Good stuff as always. Gotta go. Shit. Shout out to Karen. Another instructor from Coding Phase. Let me see. Yes, you gotta get a right. Yes, you gotta get a return on your investment. Yes. Everything that you do, you gotta get a return on your investment, man. McKinley Bentley, I don't want to be promoted. Let me see. This is a be promotion. XYZ says McKinley Bentley don't want to be promoting, but the diamond membership, man, you can knock it out literally in a couple of weeks. Email marketing. Market is really about looking at the job description. Yes. Facts. ChatGPT helps a ton, but you need to know what you're asking. Yep. So yeah, so I just went over the majority of the comments. Shout out to Abraham Paniagua. Email devs need to be marketing specialists. Yes. Experience with Salesforce trumps most ESP. I've had 2 years of experience, and market has been slower than before, but SFMC is still on demand. Yes. That's it. Email developers gonna make bank. Yes. Yeah. And again, I know the title seems a little bit clickbaity with the email developer is gonna be rich, right? It is clickbaity. But being rich is really more of like living good, having, having a good place. Is like right now, I'm like, I'm not rich. I'm comfortable, right? Shit, I'm living good. I got a fucking big ass pool. I got a big ass house, big ass yard. You know, fucking, I'm not fucking stressing, going crazy about no fucking bread right now. I'm fucking good enough where I'm comfortable enough. Um, and like my wife said, I'm always, I got to be grateful of what I have and what I've been able to accomplish. But, you know, when you really think about it, that's the rich. That's how you become rich. It's like being able to take care of your family, take care of your kids and living good, That's the most important thing. It's not really a number on like money, like how much money you accumulate. It's not about that shit. Even like now, this is so much shit that I talked about like years ago, where I was like, when you're still getting your bread up and you're doing all the stuff that I would be like, man, I want to make this, I want to get that, I want to this. All that shit is bullshit. What's important is that you take care of your family, right? You don't even need no material things. It's just for you to live good, right? If you could live good, shit, a dude that's living in Dominican Republic right now makes $50,000, and $50,000 is good, and he could take care of his family. Shit, you rich, bro. You rich in health. You rich in being comfortable, making your own bread. You good. If you live here in the United States and you're making 200,000, shit, you rich to yourself. Now, you don't have to go in and be buying a Bentley, buying a Lambo, buying all that bullshit. Trust me, over time I realized that that's all bullshit, man. That's all bullshit. All you really care about is making your life simple. And that's what even for me, I'm trying to go in and go hard this year with a lot of stuff. It's just like making my life much simpler. Much simpler, getting rid of a lot of bullshit, paying a lot of bullshit off, and just making my shit at the bare minimum. Just the freedom that you have. Okay? So, again, take advantage of the sale, take advantage of this, and please do not slack. Anybody that's in codingphase.com, I want you guys to go and take the cursor course right now or tonight when you have a chance. Come take it. I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be a game changer for you guys. It's just going to make your life much easier. You're going to be able to, be more productive, right? And actually go in and, you know, make more money, because that's how you make money. It's just like in agencies. You don't make money by building shit custom from scratch every single day. What you make the most money on is really having processes, having flows. Hey, we do websites for restaurants. Guess what? We got the perfect theme that we could use for all the restaurants, which gives us all the features that we need to give them. So instead of us having to go and build a custom theme every single 2 weeks and only serve one customer, we could go in and get 10 restaurants and build it for them in that week. 10 freaking customers get served every single week. That's how agencies make money. And that's how businesses make money. Initially, even any product that you could think of. That's why every product becomes, in the first one, you get the beta of it, or the first version, it costs a lot of money to build it. But once you have a mold, you have a way to build that, then now it becomes cheap to build it. And then you still get the benefits of all the, how much it actually costs, right? To sell it. And it's the same thing with development, guys. You have to learn this type of skills to go in and be able to speed up your process. So the more work that you can do, the more money that you could get paid. And when you're working for companies, let's say, for example, there's a little tip that I'm going to give you guys. Don't be that idiot that finishes work and tell the company, hey, guys, I'm done. Because there's never a day that's off. They'll be like, whoa, we don't have work for you. No, stupid. What they're telling you is they're going to go in and tell you, hey, you done with that job? Cool, here's more work for you. No, you do your work exactly how you've always been doing it. The day they come in and say, hey man, can you use some AI tools to speed up the process? Then you tell them, oh yeah, sure, I could do that. But for now, they don't need to know that the shit that used to take you 4 hours, right, is now taking you 20 minutes. Please don't be that idiot. Please don't be that idiot trying to get kudos at a job and be like, well, they're going to sure give me a promotion. No, they're not. They're going to say, damn, we're paying this guy this much and he's able to do this shit so quickly. It's like when construction guys and a guy that has a skill that comes in and says, hey, man, well, I could go in and pave your whole driveway, right? The guy comes in and charges you $5,000-$6,000 and he did it in less than an hour, right? That guy, he was able to do that because he has the skills and the experience, right? Homeowner can ask go in and say, damn, I pay this guy $5,000 for 1 hour. Yeah, you pay him $5,000 because of the experience and skills that he has. So don't be that idiot that goes to a job and be like, well, I'm so fast, because you're not going to get the result you're expecting. Okay? They're going to give you a pat in the back and say, oh, good job, kiddo. Here's more work. You dent it in. Get back to fucking work. And then the owner of the company, especially if you work in an agency, he's going to get paid the most money. Because now he got you slaving away, cranking out 20, 30 emails in one day. Like a sweatshop. And the dude is like, yo, shit, I have this guy. This guy's so productive, man. Let's give him, an extra $2 per year extra on his fucking raise, Don't do that. Keep that stuff to yourself, for real. All right, guys. Anyways, man, it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Links in the description. Go get that. Stop playing. I'll see